So today I'm going to show you how I go about sublimating mugs in an oven. Here's the things that you'll need, and we'll go through those in a minute. Yes, I do use a fan, and we'll talk about to dunk or not to dunk. So you want to make sure to stay tuned for that. I like to talk about the thermometer, and this is a thermometer that goes inside. It's very important not to depend on the digital or your Evans thermometer only that reads on the outside, but also comparing that to the inside. And I'm going to explain that in a minute and show you exactly what happened with my oven and what I know happens very often. So next we have specially coated mugs that are special for the sublimation process. And then we have our wraps that are needed to wrap around the mugs before they're put in the oven. Definitely need heat gloves that have no rubber because the rubber will melt off on your mugs, unfortunately. Silicone is okay, but no rubber. Finally, we need heat tape in order to adhere the design to the mug. So now what we're going to do is once you have your mug all nice and clean, we're going to take the transfer and a protective sheeting and then the wrap. Now this particular wrap, I think I got these on Amazon or another company called LRI, I'm not sure, but basically they work with this clamp. Now there's another wrap that's very popular. I think it's called the Cactus, and it has like a little bolt here and you have to screw it on, and those really are like the best for this. So if you want to look up those, and so far these have been working great and I haven't had a problem at all. Now the tricky part is kind of lining up the transfer onto the mug. You want to make sure it's centered. I haven't found any tricks yet that work for centering it. So I just kind of make sure that when I'm laying it down here, it's on there correctly and it's very snug. Something that's really important, besides it being very, very snug, is that you don't want to get too close to the handle. For some reason, on some mugs, when you go to transfer, when it goes to transfer, when it gets too close to the mug, it's uneven. The mug is a little bit uneven and you might get some spots there that didn't transfer correctly. Another tip is always put your tape this way, and I guess that's horizontally. They say it helps to keep it more secure from what I've read, and I've always done it that way. So you don't want to do it like this. You want to do it this way and make sure it's on there good and it's all even. And then you want to put your protective paper on. Now you're going to put the mug in the middle here, and you're going to bring it over and clamp it there. And there you go. It's all wrapped up and ready to go. Okay, so this is exactly what I wanted you guys to see, why I use a thermometer inside also. The outside is ready. It says it's at 400, but if you look inside, it's already approaching like 450, and so almost 450. So we need to be really precise when we're, going to do mugs, because if it's not at the right temperature, then you run into problems. So I'm going to go ahead and lower that to 350, and then wait until the thermometer says 400 in order to put my mugs in there. And now we have the controversial subject of dunking or not dunking your mugs in water once they come out of the oven. Now, I did dunk for a very long time, but I found out through a coffee test, a test where you take coffee and put it on the inside of a mug that you've sublimated
to see the hairline cracks. And so I did have several. So now I did some research, and many people use a fan. So that's what I use now too.
Okay, so now as you can see, it is at 400 inside the oven. So kind of have to disregard what the outside says. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in my mugs. Okay, so I like to put in my mugs upside down, and I once again have done so much research I don't remember which site told me that or who said that, but it's been working out great. Something about the way the heat comes in through the bottom and they sublimate better, and so it's been working for me, and that's kind of what I always have done. Gotta do it quickly. Yeah.